Yes, today I am going to be talking about how to describe the bar chart. Now, let's get started immediately. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another tutorial video. My name is Josh and this is Learnerific 99. And today we will be discussing on how to describe a bar chart or a bar graph. Now, what I'm going to take you over today is I'm going to talk about how to structure yourself when you are describing this image. I am also going to give you one or two open secrets, you may call it, about how to answer this question, especially when you're structuring yourself. And lastly, I'm going to use a template that has already been pre-prepared to answer this question. Now, in my past videos, I've already talked about score guide. So if you want to learn about that, you can find one of my videos in the description section below, and you can click on that. So without further ado, let's get started with this tutorial, shall we? Okay, so what we have here is a typical multi-bar chart. It is called a multi-bar chart because for each information, for each data that we have over there, it's two bars representing one data. So on the y-axis, you have values as usual. You have values, so those values could be percentages or they could be numbers and so on and so forth. And then you have the x-axis is the axis that usually holds the now part of the image. Now, when I say the now, I mean names of places, things, people, and so on and so forth. Nouns, basically. And then you have your topic. Now, these are very vital because they would help you with your introduction. Usually what I do when I am introducing is I would take the topic and I would include my short phrase so that the words on the topic becomes my own words. I'll give you a typical example. So my starting phrase for introduction is this image shows. In this case, this image is a bar chart. So I would usually start with this bar chart shows. Now, including the topic in full would simply go as follows. This bar chart shows the population of major European countries in 1997 and 2007. And that would simply be my introduction. For the next phase, we have the description phase. And so for the description phase, I have picked out two clauses to use, two sentences to complete my description. Now, you can decide to structure yourself by picking out the highest point, the bar with the highest point, and the bar with the lowest point. And then you can conclude with a general statement stating what you've seen on the image. Now, a little secret here. You can actually start with the bar with the lowest point and then the highest point, or you can pick any bar whatsoever. So for this case, I could talk about France, I could talk about United Kingdom, I could talk about Italy first, and not in any particular order. But the reason why most tutors would want to advise you that you should pick the highest point, the second highest point, and then the lowest point would be this. They want you to be structured because structure keeps you in check. It helps you to be able to describe the image within the 40 seconds mark that you need to describe the image in. So for this case, you create your template, you start with the template and then include whatever information that you have decided to pick out from the image itself. So I would show you what I mean in simply describing this image. First of all, let me show you the template. So my template starts with this. This image shows. And then it follows in the description phase with, from the image, it can be seen that. And then it follows with another sentence, another clause with, it can also be cited that. Now, I changed the word seen to cited because they are both ways of telling someone that you've seen something. So that is a good use of vocabulary. And then in the end, when I am concluding, I can conclude with, lastly, one can conclude that, And that is my template. I made it as simple and as concise as possible. Now, what this template does is it helps you describe any image in 4 sentences. Now, for this case, let's go ahead and describe this image in 4 sentences. Now, side note, you can describe it in 5 sentences if you want, as long as you can keep yourself in check and not speak over the 40 seconds mark. So let's go over and describe this image so you can see exactly what I mean. Now, for this image, describing now, this image shows the population of major European countries in 1997 to 2007. From the image, it can be seen that Germany constitutes the highest population. It can also be cited that Poland has the lowest population density amongst the European countries. Lastly, one can conclude that future projections indicate Turkey will be more populated than Germany by the year 2027. Now, a few side notes here. It is not when you are projecting at the end of your conclusion, it doesn't matter what year you project. You could project to the year 3000 if you want to. It doesn't matter. The other thing you need to focus on when you are doing or when you're actually attempting your description is to make sure that your oral fluency and pronunciation are on point. So practice as much as possible. Now, when you have when you're creating your template, make sure that you put in there simple vocabularies, things that just differentiates in every sentence. For instance, when I am saying this image shows, showing is something that has to do with sight. Also, from the image, it can be seen. Seen is something that you've also seen. And lastly, the other word that I used was sighted. This is another vocabulary stating that you have seen something, or your eyes has perceived something, or something has been shown to you, or so on and so forth. So it is good when you are creating that template of yours to put as many vocabularies as possible. Now, even when you continue to make statements after your template, they are definitely going to consist of vocabularies, and you reuse these templates as much as possible and answer any describe image question as you want. Anyways, you guys, that's all I have for you today. Remember, structuring yourself is really important. It keeps you in check. Also, utilizing that template is very, very vital. Keeps you within that 40 seconds range, and it also helps you to speak for more than 28 seconds. So it's really good when you apply a template to how you answer your question, because it structures you and it keeps you in check. Now, that's all I have for you for today. Now, if any of you are writing this exam really soon, I really want to wish you all the best, and I hope this little information has actually helped you towards getting that particular score that you want. Now, until the next video, I just want to say stay blessed and also keep studying, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
1, 2, 3, go. We blast through with a beam, scary like Halloween's. Been a long time coming that I've been hitting the same. Fighting like Halloween's, now you send the same. Blue like Halloween is the way to begin.